Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Burning the midnight oil. My wife is fast asleep, I hope. She's had a long day, and we had a wonderful dinner. The wind is blowing gently in the high desert. It's a wonderful, cool breeze from the mountains. Yes, thank you. We'll take it. We'll take it. So, per our conversations earlier, let's see if we can. So here's a video I'm working on right here. So you can see what I'm doing. Six, 7. Alright, so here we go. Somewhere in there. Alright. Alright, already. So here we have a nice image. I think it's cool. Made up here. Got some video we're working on. And what we have is 2 videos loaded into the Movie Maker. And and some pictures that we've been on the love train with so far in our journey. So kShaun title track full. And here's the other video right here. So as you can see, I'm just going to basically edit these videos to start with the acoustic version and then switch over to the live performance at Tiny's, which I gotta say, I had a cup of coffee right before as I was going on stage, so that's probably not the best idea with the guitar that you just put in your hands and touch for the first time. It's a wonderful Fender Stratocaster. I wish I would have known it a little better. I can't say I didn't have the opportunity, but I was kind of stoked setting up the equipment and then running up front, so just being surprised that they called my name to now come. I had just followed a group, and we had just listened to a 13-year-old play his 13th birthday on stage for the very first time at a bar. So he had his music teacher with him, but I didn't record that because that's not couth. Didn't know where his parents were, so couldn't get the proper permission in writing with signatures, so I stopped recording that. I thought I was going to go up. He called the kid, which I'm really happy for the young man, but the idea is that we're going to quickly edit these videos together. Okay, so here's the first video, so we know already, and I can zoom this down so I can get a better look at what I'm cutting, or however, so I can move along and say, alright, I won't mess around, I want to get right to the music. And so, see if I can find where I'm going to start. Somewhere in market. kShaun title track full. Okay, so if I go back here, I can see this sound bar, the sound wave. Full. And I know that I need to be here. kShaun. And I can omit the cough. kShaun. Really quickly. Somewhere. I can Stop a little bit before, go in front of my mark, and hit remove. Hopefully it worked right. Yeah. Yeah. So it should say kShaun.
kShaun title track full.
Okay. And I can cut. I can find out the best pose to stop. And if you just stop, wide-eyed and move to the next frame, that seems a little unnatural. So I'm going to go ahead and move to where I actually began. Alright, and hit a cut and hit a split there. And I can insert a picture or anything here. And let's see if we can show you real quick. We got one handy. There's one right here. So I can just drag and drop it. Do something like that. Change the amount of time that it's going to be there. I can make it a blip. 1 second or less. I can go 0.3 and enter. Oh, this is responding no to love journey. No, he's not interested. That's cool. All roads lead to love. Now, that can be just a marker for me also. If I wanted to, just that the music's about to start, but you can put whatever you want. And you do your. I'm going to hit pause. I'm going to go to the overall video music and turn it down. It's quite loud, so over to the first bar. Marilyn Cough responds no. I'm glad, thank you. I'm glad people respond. I can turn it up. And I have to say that apparently video is more and more important. So I can tweet and text and all that stuff, but it's not quite as powerful as being able to people to see video. It's just quicker. It doesn't require a lot of. So here we go. I'm just going to do the first verse on this. Maybe. And I can get a bigger preview if I want. Right? So let's see, I can make this timeline smaller so I can see where I'm at. Might have to turn it up here. Yeah, right about there. Now that should set overall on that one clip. As I cut it, I have to change the sound in all of them, so I don't want to do all that. That's too intricate right now. Okay, so now it's stagnant because there's no reference. It's just a guy sitting on a chair, right? And you don't want to really have anything stagnant. People say, okay, yeah, that's fine, move on. So to keep the attention and get to the point. I'm going to cut some of that out, right? I just want the first verse. That's the second verse. Let's get it over here to the first verse. That's second. I already cut it. Did I cut it? No, I didn't. I want it to go back up to the other natural portion of the video. See, they're highlighted in blue. That seems to be a natural portion of it. And that right there, I believe, I can find out where I'm at. Chord-wise. So I like it right there. I'm going to split it right there. Right in between the chord. And then I'm going to take this guy, the rest of this video, and maybe I can move it straight down to the bottom in case I want to try to splice in another piece if I think it, we'll see what happens. I don't want to be too technical on this. A lot of time. Just want to try to help and show you other entertainers a little bit of inspirational video. That it's not really that hard, so I don't want to get too technical. You can make it as easy as pie, or you can get real technical until and there could be more time for that later, or if where you might actually be able to get a fan base or even an intern to help do things, and you just come up with the basic idea, and if some interns actually are really good and from art schools and such, and they know how to zip zap, and you can continue doing what you do best, which is writing songs and performing and practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing and exercising and eating right and resting and bathing and staying abreast of what's going on in the news, so that you can have a broader paintbrush, if you will, to give your subject and your lyric, the lyric, to give it depth and to be able to relate and possibly excite a listener, or even touch the listener, and let them know it's okay, that it's going to be all right. It's all right now, and they're where they need to be, or whatever. If you rock, if you make people dance, or if you have a car club, and you happen to have the title of lowrider capital of the world, or if you make cupcakes, you wash people's houses, if you clean people's houses and you want to show them, that's where it's at. You can have all the ads in the world, and the nickel, or whatever you got in your town, the 10 cent, the dime, I don't know, whatever, advertising, Craigslist, whatever, which is one of the things. Backpage.com actually has a live video, 10-second type stuff. That I think is the size equated with how much you can put a video up for, but I got 10 seconds for the equipment I have, and that's a lot better than people reading. I mean, most people don't have time to read, and believe me, if you have a video and they're searching for cupcakes or a yard sale or a car show, or they're going to go and hit the video part. They're not going to try and read and drive and fly planes and read and do a snowmobile, or no. They're going to hit play, especially if it's in their area, and that's the way advertising's going nowadays. Hopefully it will continue. What's in the area comes up first, closest to you, which is harder to make bias, sort of. At least you have all the local abilities when you're looking for something. So the classified ads have moved on to video because that's just the way it's going. So they want it to be valuable for the people that are posting ads, so that more good things can happen with local economy, so get-togethers, festivals, all that stuff can be done quickly without having to to read. And there's some really good read apps that are out right now. There's one that just flashes words, and you'll be amazed how fast you can read in that form. It's very, just like if it was, it's faster than talking. So, but that's a new one that's hot, and it's making a really good showing. I don't know the name of it all right offhand, but all these things can help you, get support, to also have other things going on as far as being able to communicate really quickly without having to. I mean, it's just a breeze, and for the people that use it, the interface of a video is a lot faster than trying to read on any device. So that's just the way it's going, and I would encourage you, whatever you do, if you have a sewing circle, even if you do needlepoint, if you have you can really communicate fast. It doesn't take a lot of hard, core skills to do. But as you progress, for instance, if you start getting paid to do gigs, if you're a musician, I think the wisest thing I've seen is who was it? Hootie and the Blowfish. They were one of the smartest things they did was get a CPA accountant or a professional to send them checks. So the places in which they played didn't give them cash or give them drinks. Number one. That was the most. I think that was the major point of their success, besides their raw talent. I mean, and an energy level that they produced. They would get checks in the mail as if because like working at a real job. And I think that really was one of the wisest things that I had seen or heard tell of any band do, which was exclude devices from the business at hand and actually do a smart thing, which was to have the money saved into an account, and they received the check for the shows. They didn't get, it is that's what I'm going to do with this project, is if it gets to a point, where there's deposits being made, I don't want to touch necessarily the cash, because then there's less opportunity to save. And just as a model, what Hootie and the Blowfish was able to do with that revenue, it was phenomenal. Along with their sacrifice, can't leave out the sacrifices. I mean, it's hard to have a group like that last and be very successful for any period of time. And so they really did start out with a very good principle in action. So here basically we have the portion that we want is 729 in. So let's see. Okay, so we put that guy at the end, and we go back up to our video where we wanted to start out, and he says, I say, our subject, me, says,
kShaun.
so I say my name, and here's the marker for where the music starts that I left. That machine separates. That's a cool motorcycle. That's a bad motor. That's a really nice, and a nice jacket too.
There's no one around to dry my tired eyes. It's more than my
Alright, so I'm coming up to a
made of my
split
mind.
point.
It was you. Were fool.
Alright, so somewhere in there, before I hit another note, I'm going to split it. Split. Alright? So now I'm going to take this guy, okay, and I'm going to run him. So I have this timeline minimized, I believe that's what they call it. And now I'm going to put this guy down here with the other guy. Alright, I'm going to go back. Somewhere is, let's see, oh, I want to go back up to the music that was live, and I need to get to the second part. Okay, so I did cut that. There we go. Full. Alright, and I could say split right there. Now I can say full. I can take this guy and run him up to right there and go back to my guy where I'm at and go try to get to that second part. Let's see where we're at. See that? Turn it down a little bit. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see. Alright, so if I go back. And split. Now, this is the part I think I want. Right, so now I need to get this part up to my other guy. That's the part I want to match up. Alright, so there's kShaun, there's full, and I think, wait a minute. Okay, alright, back down. There's title, full, here's where the music starts, and here's where I want to put it, I think, if I did that right. So, yeah, I think that's right. So we go, there's me, studio, and then there's the second part. Now we just need to Alright, I'm going to split it right there. And then I'm going to bring bring it back to the house down here somewhere. Which one is this? I'm gonna split it right there. I'll kind of back up a little bit just in case I don't have it quite right. Give me a little cut room. Back to I need you. I need you, child. There's coming. I'm gonna split it right there. So I have a little cut room. So here it is right here that I want. I'm gonna run that up. It'll take a little bit longer because now we have several cuts and we're at the smallest part so we can see the full movie. It'd be a lot easier to move. So somewhere up here is where we want to put it. Okay, so there's the first part, second part, third part. I believe it's right here. Is where I think that's where we want it. Okay. Let it do its thing so it doesn't, it still might freeze up, but I don't know what you want, man. So this comes with Windows 7. You probably have Movie Maker. Man, I didn't even know it. You just go look at the start button and programs. See if it works. Alright, so what's this part? Alright, so I can find out where that so we can take this guy and move it around. And we should have here to the end, find out where we're at. And let's go here. So you say this one is kind of perfect. And I just need to adjust this one. So if we go back right there, I'm going to stretch this out so I can see this sound wave and get a good cut. So here's a little bit before the harmonic that I want. And I'm going to say split. Alright. Now I'm going to go behind and remove what I didn't want. And then I'm going to go up here and hit play.
Oh, I need you, child.
Okay. So we got a fair amount of edits. So it's a good time to save this project. So that you don't saving your project from the original, because from the movie, it's just basic my movie. Uh-oh, what do we do? Tiny, I don't want to change the original thing that I have that it's naming. So I'm gonna go back. I think. Wait, what's this? Okay, so oh no. I might have messed it up. Hold on. I can go back. Yeah, this is. Alright, so now here I have whole nother project, so I need to save the project as something else because I don't want to mess up that other file that I already had. So, and this is not the original video, but the video that I had, I want to keep it the same. So I'm going to say this is Tiny's and practice studio, or it's not really practice. I was putting on video, so studio. Was that a foodie V studio vid? So now I have it on my desktop as its own project, and I don't have to worry if this freezes up and has to restart. I won't lose anything, which is very rare anyway. But so like IT, key is backing up, key is saving when you're doing stuff like this, and you don't want to have to do it all over again. You might lose some of the creative juices that were flowing at just a few minutes ago, wrapped in inspiration. And so if you save, you don't have that nightmare of having to, what did I just do? Oh man, it was perfect. So save if you can. So basically, I almost have here what I want. Let's see what I don't want. We can work with this for hours and hours. I don't want to do that tonight. I don't mind. I really just kind of want to show you.
Oh, I need you, child. I got my bags on my way all day. Come back next summer and hear me say I need you, child. Oh, I need you, child.
Okay, so I can back up. And I can split right there. Alright. And take the rest of this performance and put it down to the bottom, out of the way. Unless I might need it, I might use another piece. I don't know. I don't think I am, but just in case. Okay. And I'm going to hit save. And in case it corrupts. So I'm going to go back to the other piece that was live, which it should be up here. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Well, there it was. And I can't say enough about these musicians at Tiny's on Wednesday live jam. They were not down necessarily with doing anything but some covers and just having a jam. Nothing serious. You know, I was there for the acoustic, but thankfully MC was there, and he does the sound for both nights, and actually was a big part of creating this with the owner JR at Tiny's, and they worked for a long time to get it to be best for the customers that were coming in to see music. And as you know, Santa Fe has suffered lots of ups and downs and hardships with live performing because it's so hard to get people to come. Live acts, it costs so much, since most musicians and artists rely on concert money these days because of the very low amount of money they get from CDs and iTunes and all that good stuff. So it's really hard to attract. It's getting a little bit easier, like a Rascal Flatts playing little places, with no problem, because they understand that it's really hard to get music into towns and stuff like that, because it costs so much these days. So I guess your average, each different personality, even for one band, has their own. Their agents dictate how much they're. I think that's a shame, but that's just the part of the business. It's a whole nother thing. It doesn't really define those musicians or the artists. It's just it takes a lot to get them from place to place. You have no idea. We don't have an idea, but it's hard. It's easy to say this or that about this person not coming to your town, or but it's really it's another thing when it's strictly business and professional. So I just know that, but because of contracts, not everybody is in total control. Not everybody has independent wealth, even if they're on tour. Even if their video shows them in a Lamborghini, they may still be, for lack of a better term, owned by someone else, because that's a sacrifice they're willing to make to get their stuff out there. And so that should really disperse the illogical thought that it's a cakewalk, and you know anybody can do it. Not everybody's willing to make the sacrifices. Not everybody can. Sometimes it won't line up with what people really want, and so not everybody's going to tour. Not everybody's going to do things that they're being asked to do, and that's c'est la vie. What can you do? But I just know that it exists, and it's a whole nother thing. If where people are getting the most satisfaction as musicians and artists is at playing and being with the people, and that's where they happen to get mostly compensated, I say, great, because most of those people actually have invested 10,000 hours or more, and they deserve what they're getting. This is a lot of work, and you can't just go to bed. You can't just tuck your wife in. There is a sacrifice. Hopefully, your wife is with you on this, or if you're young enough, hopefully your mentor can keep up. If they're trying to be your chaperone, and there's so many people in your life that are worth more respect and honor. And, so this was our first time playing together, and I was honored that they didn't want anything slow, and I made it clear. I was honest right up front that it was tragically slow, and the guy he liked me. He's playing guitar now, and so that seemed to supersede the normal. What is the rule of this jam session? So you can see I'm still up there on the moon. I'm pretty high right up there, and I'm hearing somebody else play my song. And then I'm going to bow and say thank you. I'm going to stop right there. Hopefully, what did I do? Oh, that was the end of the video. Okay, so that's where I want it. And then what's this? Alright, that's that first part. I think I already have that. So let's go ahead and hit save again. And then let's remove some things. That file, whatever it was, is corrupted. I forgot what it was. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to start here. And I don't really need this in there. I don't want to complicate. That's a little scan that you can do to find out, to go live to one of the studios where a class is being taught at Candyman. So I think it's cool, but there's a time and a place, and I don't really want to get off track with this video, but I will. So I like this one to go. That it kind of goes with the curves here. This one's cool too, but I don't want to have redundancy. So here I am. Here's the guitar. The name of this for purposes of, you know, it's not really visible anyway. But here's, I guess it looks better than this blurred shot in a way. And so maybe if I put it before this, I put it down there. You know, it's a completely different guitar. It's kind of confusing, so I'm gonna take out this one. And I like this one and this one, but I may decide to leave this out because I don't exactly, I can get permission from these people, these great people. They have a lot of teaching. They have a schedule. You can assign yourself. You can log on and just put your name on the list for a certain time. You can put your own, you know, you can schedule your own session, which is really cool. But I don't really have their permission quite yet, and I know it's attainable, so I'm going to just go ahead and remove it for now. Okay. And I know JR is cool with promoting, so we know if we want, we can throw in a shot of tiny at any time, but just to keep it simple here, just gonna, let's see where we're at here. Let's find out where we're at on this video. So it wants to do it for 7, and I only want to do it for 1. Maybe this one, maybe 3. That's really too long. When people click on your video, they kind of want to go. This one's set for 7. I'm going to set it for 1 second. I believe I wanted that. Alright, so I had moved that sequence down, and I'm going to go get it right now. That's that one, but there was another one. Oh, right now. This is it. Should be down here at the end somewhere. Yep, there it is. Thought I had just that part there. Guess not. Right now I'm wasting time. I could just use that other part. I guess I deleted it by mistake. Oh no, there it is. Alright, so I want it. I wanted this part right here. Split. And I'll take this first part out. Just like that. And see how far. So I want to drop it down. And right there, I want to take the volume and take it all out with this clip. And it's in slow motion, which I kind of like, and I kind of want to make it a little bit slower. Let's see if that's too slow. It's a little too slow. Okay, come back, and this should be the right speed. Right, so we don't get the face of the person for identity purposes. We exclude that. Okay, so that's the one we want, but I want to put it after I say the title.
kShaun title track full.
Nothing complicated. That's from an earlier video that I did, and that was not complicated. So that sequence is cool, but it's a little too long. I guess it's, that's, I don't know. I don't like it. If I could, I would cut that down a little bit. So let's go over, let's see. I see something. What happened? Okay, cool. And that's probably long enough for our purposes, what we want. So after my mark, I want to go ahead and hit remove. But first, I'm going to make sure this is the only slide that's highlighted. See the blue line? I'm going to say remove. Now that's gone, that's not gone. So here, what's missing? This is the beginning. All right, so I want to go right back down to where it's actually starting. And I believe it's this sound wave here. So you split. I'm going to take what's before it and remove, selecting to make sure it's the only one. So it's right on.
I got no one to teach me about love.
Alright, so let's see where it goes from here at the end.
It was you.
We should go into the electric.
Were fool.
Okay. I wish there was a way to separate this and this app, but it's very complicated, so I won't be able to cut the crowd noise. Emphasis on music. See what that does. Does nothing. Here we go. Takes it all the way, so we just go undo. Maybe. So we got this one. Alright, so here at this part, so right there, there's a gap, right? And let's find a good mark. on this. Right there was one. Alright. So right there, we can go back to edit video to this clip. Alright. And then we can go back to that other video that we had. So we would save for later. And I believe that's already it. I might have already taken it out. There's a snapshot, I think. It's not the one. That's the thank you. That's the sitting down. Let's see where we're at. Alright, so I want this chorus. Maybe not. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so here. Alright. I think that's it. What happened? I was right there. What happened? Did I already cut it? What just happened? Did I miss it? Hit the wrong button. So I got lost here. Right. So I think I deleted that other video. Cause, well, let me just listen. I'm on 136. Well, that's what happened. I think that's good enough. I was thinking about making another edit, but I don't want to lose the point.
Oh, I need you, child.
Alright, well, oh no. What's going on? So he walked back down, and I'm going to cut it before he walks down because he's going to walk down again. Alright, so let me air this out, bring it in closer. This is a different type of video. It's not a movie maker project. This is a video that I already cut, so the sound wave looks a little different. So I don't want him to walk down just yet. Alright, that sounds like it right there. Let's go back up to the top here. So come on, stop playing. Okay, so let's see. Right, so now let's go to where right here. So once I split and everything before it, first I'm going to make sure it's only the one we want. Remove. There you go. Alright, so let's listen to it where it's cut. Let's cut again. But we don't have to because I'm coming in right there.
Oh, I need you, child. I feel my pains on the wind all day. Come back and songs and hear me sing. Oh, I need you, child.
Okay, so I'm going to hit split. Everything before it. Make sure that's the one we want. I'm going to say remove. Right, so it's off.
Oh, I need you, child.
That's right.
Oh, I need you, child. I feel my pains on the wind all day.
Alright, so this one we need to cut. Split.
Oh, I need you. Oh, I need you, child. Oh, I need you, child. Hear me sing. Oh, I need you, child.
Split. Everything before it. Remove. We split it and we made sure that was the only one that was cut. I think we got what we wanted. And that's it. Because we're just showing this process. I'm not I'm not Spike Lee. He's my cousin Alexi. He sells LT. And we're supposed to have Indian native blood in his family. I can't prove anything. It's all legend. So here's the band leader going back into. And that's fine. I'll end it because I've got what I want out of it. And I'll let them play. Maybe somebody likes it. And they want to hear it again and again. It also gives him a class. Alright, so. Alright, so right there. I shouldn't need anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and cut and remove that. And I don't need this, so I'm going to cut it. And this I don't need removed. Go ahead and make a snapshot of me saying thank you to the crowd. If it'll do it, let's see if it'll load. I need to hit save. Anytime this starts acting funny, hit save. Usually it'll save where you were last. And so I don't really need that snapshot. It's taking up too much time. Time is precious. I can go ahead and end the video. Okay, and the rest of this is not necessary. So I say remove. Say remove. Yeah, the rest of this I can just go and shift and end and go down to the end. Alright, and I happen to be at the end, so I can remove that. And it says I'm up to 3 minutes and 21 seconds. And that's plenty for video. You don't really need to have marathons for promotion. You really want people to want more, and the least amount you can put in it when you're doing stuff like this, the better. So you can power pack it full of energy and let it go, let it fly, free it. Let it do its. Let the talent or the art, mainly the art. In most cases, let it do the work for you. Let it touch people. Let them absorb it, and don't try to don't try to force it on anybody if they want to see it. So, make it focused on the music. So everything that I have in this promotional clip was just to show basically what we're doing, what I'm doing with this channel. Is kind of poignant. So we went to a music store and we talked about different guitars and different sounds, and we talked about some of those things at the Candyman, allegedly, until I get written permission. But we threw in some cool pictures that we took with our own equipment, okay, and we threw in some live footage with some footage when we were writing the song and put it in, and that's pretty poignant. And you get to the point and you go on to the next song. All right, that's the goal. So keep your life moving, keep you doing what you do best, not to bog you down. So I don't know how long this video is now, but we haven't been doing this very long, and we're done. Wham. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bip. And I just keep folders around where I can find them, and sometimes I'll recolor them. So if we can go over to, what's this, 3? Does it still work? We go over to 3. I don't think you can be able to see it now. Wait, no. So I keep files. So here's one for photo dump, and I'm make custom thumbnails, so I can have quick access and I can get on with my life. I just make it routine. I do a lot of these so that I get kind of decent with it, and I move on. And what I'm going to do now is just save this file. I guess I should show you that. I'm going to save this file. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it right now. So I'm going to hit save number 1. Make sure I did it, and then it's saved in the file name that I want it to be. Now I'm going to save it as something I can upload. So I'm going to save it as a Facebook file because it's only 15.68 megabytes per minute. So that's a low amount of megabytes. As you can see, for iPhone it's 72.9, and for a computer it's 40 megabytes. And all these things change in the presets that I use all the time. So I'm going to say Facebook because the 854 by 480 works with most devices. It won't be too big, it won't be too little, and on a scale between bad and real good, it's kind of in the middle. So depending if it's an iPhone, if it's an iMac, if it's a computer, if it's whatever, it'll open up at a decent size and it won't be too big, like, and have somebody crash the car or something like that. Because we know that people are watching stuff. We know this, and I don't know how we're going to get around it, but anyway, keep in mind the best thing you can do is to try to protect people that are checking your stuff out if they happen to be driving or whatever. So you don't want to freak them out and have their attention. I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea. Well, I think that's why we have the cars that'll be driving for us coming real soon, just like the movies. Imagination, a long time ago. It's coming. It's going to be real. But like I say, it won't be real until, for me, it won't be a hit until Stevie Wonder, one of my hero, everybody's hero. Anybody, I mean, it's just not me. It's a million people that really love Stevie Wonder. When he gets out of one of those, makes it to his destination all by himself, then it'll be something. Till then, it's nothing. We're gonna say Facebook. It's gonna ask us how we want to do it. We want to say edit KSS, and that lets me know that that's my final. And I'm gonna save it to vid dump. That's where I have the videos, and I'm gonna say somewhere around here. I'm gonna just make a new folder. Just for sake of showing you, I'm going to say kShaun journey. Right? Click somewhere. File folder I want. There it is. So right there, I'm going to save it in that file folder, which is kShaun Journey in vid dump, and if you go further, it says desktop. Save. And it'll take a little while because it's going to render the whole movie into a file. It's going to save it into that file format, so it'll take some time. As you can see, it says saving movie. And then I'm going to upload it. And then I'm going to go over here to YouTube or Google. Here's my account. And I want to go to live events, and I want to go to so I'm gonna go to this guy and say upload page, and just get it ready. I still have to wait for the thing to save, and then I'll just drag and drop it, or I'll find it. Right now it's going to the desktop. Then I'll drag and drop it over to YouTube, and it'll upload it, and then it'll be on my channel. And please hit like, subscribe, so that you can have alerts to when other videos are coming. If you're doing something at the time, you can just say no, I'm not going to show up, and that's fine. But also, if you'd like to interact on any given entertainment topic, you can join in, so I especially like big supporters that that can keep it clean for the wild, for the world to see. And you have to represent properly. Proper respect. Respect. So it's almost done. It's not a very long video. It's 3 minutes and 21 seconds and 23 tenths of a second. 23 hundies. So that's about what Bruce Springsteen's song, which just went off the charts. It's still a classic to this day. Still listened to all over the world. Which was what was it? Desire? Was it? Oh, yeah, his song "On Fire," I believe it was. But yeah, it was a very short song, and it just very well written. It was written magnifique. It was the shortest song I had ever heard that was a hit. I believe it was just that good. And back in the day, they called those numbers. They weren't long out. They weren't sonnets or symphonies, or they were numbers, and that's when it was cool. Hip cats. Gotta go do a number. If you catch that number, man, he had some chops. Oh, it's almost finished, and I guess you can check it out. I'm just going to close with what we learned. I guess is a good. So it's done. It says open play or close. So I'm going to say just go ahead and play just for the sake of. So it's going to pop up. I can exit out of the movie maker. And one of our should pop up in a Microsoft movie player. Maybe not. Sure, it's taking a long time if it is, but at any rate, so we can bring up this YouTube page for uploading. It should have kShaun. We didn't have anything else on here, so properties. Bid. I'm looking for edit. KSS. This is not the one we want. Where'd it go? So vid dump, and we made a folder. Journey. Here it is. I'm gonna drag and drop it. Here's what comes up. Let's go back one so you see where we named our folder. And there it is. Come right over here, drag, and drop. Okay. Right into YouTube. And we're doing this live in Google Hangouts right now. But it's going to take a while to load. Probably about 10 minutes. Maybe about 8. So we can close the file and move it over here when we're done with finding it. Now it's going. We want it to go to Google+. We want it to go to Facebook. We want it to go to Twitter. And it asks us to sign in. We're already, no, I guess we're not signed in right now. So we're going to sign in and see it wants to authorize that. But I already did that once. There was a lot of updates, so it's asking for it again. And it's fine. I can just share it later. So I'm not going to worry about it. Close all this and basically say I want the file to be called as it appears on I'm going to say mix. So I guess we can just put King Mix. I don't know if that's somebody else's stuff though, so say mash up, morph. I like morph better, essay description, complete and project first run or something. I don't know. First try. So we went on. This is the first try. We're going to have several tries, and we're going to make a video after that of the best, all cut and put together at different live events, and kind of continue that and try to promote the best video. But here's a process to where we're showing you. I want to show you the process of how to get to that point, and it's just through lots and lots of footage. Of course, no, we live in the real world. We don't have assistants. We don't have a cameraman. We don't, not yet anyway. This is good practice for if you could, when you get to that point, you'll know what it was to have done it. So when you have to be involved in it, you're not just clueless. You can actually contribute, and which makes things get moving smoother and smoother. So when you do get a publicist, you do get a person that takes your picture wherever you're at. Big up to, just like our friend Pastor Rudy. Rudy Rasmus is a pastor of a church in Houston, Texas, one of the best places. I'm not a religious man. One of the best places I've ever felt comfortable walking into, hands down, anywhere. And they don't knock you out, push you over, tell you to stay down, none of that. Just, you can feel the love when you walk in. And if you don't, walk out. I challenge you. Go downtown Crawford and Gray, down there, and right downtown, St. John's downtown. Pastor Rudy Rasmus and Pastor Juanita, husband and wife, their life is love in action. Seriously. They're not just talking and preaching, they're living. And congratulations, Pastor Rudy. I know it's past my bedtime. My wife is going to get up, and I don't want her to have a relaxing weekend. So I'm going to say, over and out. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for the love, and continue to choose love, because you can. You've grown. You can choose love. You can choose happiness. It's better just to choose happiness. If you have to let things roll off you, let them roll off you, so that you can, just even in the environment that you're in, you can promote it, and people can feel at ease if you're at ease. Things aren't as bad as they always seem, and that if you need help, please call Pastor Rudy or Juanita or someone. He's actually, my point was that he's actually privileged right now due to all the hard work over the years and years and years. He's got the theory of 10,000. He has 10,000. He's an expert at what he's doing. What he's been doing is love, and what he's been doing is giving, and giving some more. And I can tell you, because I was there. I lived in that community. I lived in Houston, Texas, quite a long time, and I can tell you that when everybody else said to hell with the homeless, it did. Someone was there to have their back, and someone was there to say, we can help them. We don't have to throw them under a rock somewhere. We can help them. That's a choice we can do, and it worked. It worked. It was genuine. It was pure, and they asked him to prove that it was possible, even, or that he was even willing to do it. And he wasn't just talking, and he had already been doing it. So he was at the exact. Thankfully for the citizens of Houston, Texas, even the people that weren't homeless, because they didn't have to live under a police state. They didn't have to live in a place where they had to condone, or they didn't have to live in a place where they were promoted to condone or to look the other way. They actually rallied behind it because it was genuine. It wasn't a phony thing. They weren't asking for money for chips to the motherland or anything like that. They were asking for some food if you had it, or if you wanted to volunteer, and people responded. Instead of throwing people into jail left and right. But again, we could take the model that they have over at Bread of Life and St. John's and apply it in any city. That's how powerful it was. Because I know that we know that people are willing to help, but they just don't have the proper funding or the successful programs that already work. And I believe that the programs that are set up by Rudy, Pastor Rudy and Pastor Juanita, husband and wife for St. John's Baptist downtown, St. John's downtown. But I guarantee you, I challenge you. If you walk up there on one of the day, any day, I guess in my mind, because every time I went, I felt as if it was okay for me to be anything and be there. It didn't matter if I was whatever, and I was whatever at one time. But as soon as I walked in, that was a difference. And again, I'm not religious. I'm just telling you. I wouldn't tell you something that I didn't experience. It's probably a good thing too if you don't feel if it doesn't feel right that you leave, because then that might bring in the wrong vibe or the wrong feeling, whatever you call it. So if it doesn't feel right, you can say, Shaun, you're full of malancha, buddy. I didn't feel right. Then I would apologize to you. But the majority of the people that go there, it's almost instantaneous, and that's when you know it's real. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a religious person. I just know where love is at. So, if you need some, it's the only place that's the best place I can think of to go check it out. So I'm going to start and make the thumbnail a really cool picture, and it's on the desktop. I'm going to call it Love Bite, but I think somebody already else has Love Machine, so I don't want to get in trouble or take away from what they've done. And since this is really about love on this one, I'm not going to monetize this at all, because I want people to see it. I don't want people to see a commercial right away and not see it. You understand what I'm saying? You overfeel me? And it says processing done. Advanced setting. I want people to be able to leave contacts. I want to select captions. This has never been aired before. I don't need to enable age restriction because there's nothing illegal going on in this video. Any minor could see this and it'd be okay. I'm not going to worry about a lot of stuff because we have a life and we have a wife. We want to keep her happy, so I'm going to go ahead and publish, and you can check it out. Here's the link. Let's see if I can make that bigger in this video. Say make it easy peasy. Hit Control Plus, and you should be seeing the link to the video right here. And I can go ahead and copy that. I can go share it right now. So let's go to the link, and I'm just going to go ahead and share it. I'm going to say good night to you. Peace be with you. May love find you willing and ready. And remember, if you need some help with love, there's all kind of love. But if you need some help with it, drop us a line. We can direct you to the right place. All right, so I'm going to say share, and should be able to do this instantaneously. It's going to ask me to log in here. That's just the way it goes. I got no one to teach me about love. Thank you. And I like to cry. There's no one just a little symbol. The international symbol is coming out to be here. Share. Say everybody, anybody that wants to see it. Thank you again, kShaun. Thank you.